Rob, if you could please give a quick synopsis of your ethnic background.
Yeah, my father is Spanish. Actually, Ventura is Spanish. His family's from Spain. My mother is from Brazil. She has a Lithuanian descent as well. So I was born in America, but I do have a Spanish father again and a Brazilian mother. So that's me.
Okay, and Vanessa?
I was raised by my mom as a single parent, and she's from Jamaica, and I was born in New York. So I'm very, very American, but I do love spicy food, any kind of ethnic food, and I identify first as an American, first as a Christian, and then as an American.
Okay.
Christian American.
Christian American. If you could tell me, Rob, what is your occupation?
I'm a full-time pastor for a local church in Rhode Island. The name of the church is Grace Community Baptist Church.
Okay. And Vanessa, your occupation?
A domestic engineer? No, I'm a homemaker and a homeschool mom.
What has your experience as a mixed couple, how many years have you been married?
20.
Almost a date.
Okay, 20 years.
August 31st.
So that means that you must have a colorful story of experiences.
Is that pun intended?
But yes.
Yes.
If you could please share some of those experiences, starting out when you first got married until now. What has the experience been?
Vanessa and I dated originally as non-Christians, so I knew her 3 years before the Lord had saved us. And when I first met her in New York City. Again, as my wife said, she's from Manhattan, and I moved there when I was 18. Lived there till I was 27 years old. So we met in New York in Greenwich Village. And when I met my wife, I just thought, or my girlfriend at the time, I just thought, what a pretty girl. What a pretty girl she is. I didn't think in terms of color or anything like that. She would have been the first black girl and only black girl that I dated and then would marry after that. So I just saw her and thought, just what a pretty girl. As far as the issue of color, race, ethnicity, however we want to define it, that thought didn't even really cross my mind. We became Christians and we were separated once God had saved us. We were separated from our sinful lifestyle in the past, and then about 3 years later we got back together and married now, as we said, for 20 years. So we had a couple instances in New York of racism set against us, and maybe my wife wants to speak to those issues. In general, it was pretty good, but back in the 90s, things were still kind of risque. You had the whole Jungle Fever movie.
In the movie, Spike Lee
movie
just came out
and all that stuff, so you had a lot of that going on. But I mean, God spared us of a lot. There was one instance where someone, got in my face, my wife's face, a black gentleman. But besides that one time, I think in general, the times have been pretty peaceful toward us, although we know all around us stuff was going on. I think God preserved us from a lot of stuff.
Vanessa?
Yes, I would say over the 20 years, only a handful of issues ever came up in regards to how people treated us. And yeah, I think most of them happened in New York, oddly enough. There was one instance my husband spoke about where I was sucker punched from behind, and the guy dared Rob to take him on, and we just thought, let's just walk away from this. We can actually walk away with our lives.
Mm-hmm.
When I was pregnant, very pregnant with our first child, Joshua, some black gentleman walked past us and told me that I was going to burn in hell for, I guess, having his child. And when we were at the laundromat once, we were talking to somebody, and she asked us, how does a cat live with a dog?
Wow.
So typical wife here, she remembers more than her husband.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I think that, of course, being a person of color, you're a little more aware of situations when they come up. When we moved to Rhode Island, there was a pizza place that we went to with Pastor Jack, and the lady didn't come right out and act out towards us, but it was really obvious that she did not like us being there for whatever reason. So I won't go to that pizza shop ever again.
And you know, I think that there has been over the years a couple, like when you're in line and you're shopping together, it's like, are you together?
Yeah.
Like they just look and say, you know, that now again that might just be out of sheer ignorance, you know, but it's like, okay, like yeah, of course we're together, like, you know, we're holding hands or something, you know?
Right.
So, but that's kind of like people have to second guess themselves or call into question the man.
Yep. So that's just a handful, a drop in the bucket out of the 20 years we've been together. Most everybody's been accepting. Our family, we've never ever had a serious problem. So
Initially, though, well, at least with my family, I think Vanessa would say for her family, there was already the groundbreaking matter of her sister who dated and then married a white guy. So that kind of helped in her family as far as, you know, this, I guess, if there was going to be a shock, whatever. Although I think her mother would be pretty accepting of that. And in my family, although in a sense I could say that my mom and dad are from different, you know, ethnicities. Again, my dad being American, my mom coming from Brazil. My mom had no problem with Vanessa and her background. My dad, though, he did initially, and it wasn't that he had met Vanessa and made a judgment. He had made a judgment before that time. Afterwards, however, having met her just the one time, he totally accepted her, gave her a kiss before the day was over on the cheek, and it was just really unbelievable. Of course, we prayed, and I think the Lord opened his heart, and that disposition has continued for 20 years very solidly.
for sure.
Okay.